Hi there, so this is my take 2 of the stuff that I had gotten from Hong Kong. Not really a product review or first impressions, it's just sort of like these are products that you can get and here are what they cost, just to give you an idea of what things cost out there, what you should expect, what you should sort of like look out for, what's a lot over there, what's a little bit over there, and yeah, and also just to sort of say, hey, guess what? They have tons of really great makeup out there. Yeah, so all of these things are from a shop called Sasa, which is really good. It's an overstock shop, so you can get all of these brands. You can get brands like Lancome, Clinique, all these kinds of other places for very cheap. And you know that it's reputable. So the shops over there, there's Color Mix, Bonjour, and Sasa, and these ones came from Sasa. So first thing I got was 4 nail polishes, and this came to about like £1 each. So very good. And this is like the Sasa Teen, so the Sasa brand. And this one here is Iridescent Mauve with Shimmer. And this one here is gray with like that kind of, if you know Orly Space Cadet, it's got like that kind of glitter in there. And then I got one that's like that kind of pinky mauve, but it has the pink iridescent glitter, or the blue iridescent glitter, sorry. And then this one is the burgundy that has glitter flake, has like iridescent flakies and shimmers of all sorts. It's like a mystical party in a bottle. So we're gonna see if this wears well. I have no idea. But anyway, these were really inexpensive. A lot of nail polish brands that you can get out there if you're in the shops are really inexpensive. So definitely check them out. The next thing I got was from a company called Kanebo, and these are 2 face primers is what they called them, but they're also sort of like, they use the terms like face primer, BB cream, and foundation kind of interchangeably. And this one here is a media green primer. It's kind of more like a tinted moisturizer but with color corrector, if that makes any sense. So it's like a minty green, but it goes on a bit more like moisturizer-y. This one here was 57 Hong Kong dollars, so £5.70. This one here was 45 Hong Kong dollars, £4.70. So very inexpensive. And this one here was actually very impressed with the quality. Yeah, so another company that's out there that I actually quite like, but I feel like is maybe kind of, for some reason it kind of reminds me of Sinful Colors, but I don't know. We'll see, because maybe it's just the display. But anyways, it's a company called Cyber Colors, which is a Korean company, but also this one here is their stuff is made in Japan too. So I got 2 eyeshadows from them that say that they're both made in Korea, and then I got an eyeliner from them which says it's made in Japan. I think it's the fact that the eyeliner was like in a separate display and stuff like that. They are insane about eyeliner. If you're gonna get anything when you go to Asia, get yourself some eyeliner. Like I think I said in the other one, get yourself some face cleanser. Get yourself a face cleanser and an eyeliner at the very least. Those are the 2 things you can walk in blind and still be impressed with, and you know, I feel like I've yet to see one that's bad. Even ones that are bad are still not bad. So so from that perspective, I will say that you definitely will be impressed by their eyeliners. This is a black brush point. That's not a felt tip. That is a brushed point, and I don't want to use it because I want to keep it fresh. But that is a brush tip, much like the Kat Von D eyeliner. And I will say I have tested these types of eyeliners out. This is their standard. They also do like the gel, you know, pencil one as well, but this is their most popular one. And then of course they have the typical pot and stuff like that. They have all of those, but these kinds of stick ones, they are all about that. They've been all about that. We are the ones who are only now catching up to that. So they've been doing this for a while now. They have them in all kinds of brands. These things are like nuclear proof. They are these are like apocalypse eyeliners, all of them. And I don't understand why we seem to have such a hard time like with our eyeliners. What's the big deal? Like, why is it that everything just makes your face just like fall apart and go to mush when they seem to have so many brands, really random, really inexpensive, really cheap brands that seem to be like you could go swimming and have your eyeliner stay intact. I don't know. But this one here, I got it in a black, I got it in a brown, and I got another eyeliner from a different brand that was Sailor Moon, because I love Sailor Moon. and the Sailor Moon one was 11. These ones were much more inexpensive. I think that these were only like 9.98 Hong Kong dollars, I think. Maybe a bit cheaper actually. So here I got a Feather Magic Tutu Magic Mascara. I'm going to be seeing Stephanie Nicole, who I adore, said that she loved, or that they were all over in Asia, that they do very, very good mascara. So I did want to pick up at least one mascara, and I was due for one anyway. So I did pick this up. This was not too expensive. This was actually quite reasonably priced. It was definitely under £10 for sure. But we'll see how it does. I don't know how it performs at all because I still have other mascaras I'm using. So anyways, two things I got here. These are creamy eye pots. They're like that kind of gelée, whatever kind of powder thing. I got two of them here. This one is pink. It says Rose in Paris. And this one here, when it comes out, looks like this. The reason I got these is because they look like a kind of baked eyeshadow, but if anyone's ever used baked eyeshadow, you know there's two different kinds of baked eyeshadows. There's the baked eyeshadows that you put them on and they look like one big blurred mess mixed of all the colors, and then there's the really cool ones that when you mix them up there, you still see the different colors on them as you know, after you've applied them. These are the kind where you see the different colors, and so these were so inexpensive. They were originally like 110, I think, and I got them, or 110 Hong Kong dollars. I got them, I think, for 68. For getting two, you got them for 68 each. And then I also got like the AHA makeup removing wipes as well for free, as a free gift. So definitely a really good deal. And the coolest thing about them, like I said, is that even like this one here is like a pink. This one here is the reason I got it, which is this one here just reminds me of the Joker from the comic books, from the Batman comic books, where it just sort of looks like green and purple, and there's like gold in there too, like copper, and when you put it on your hand you can still get little flecks of each one of those based on how much you pick up of each color. So that is definitely very unique. So one eyeshadow also that I did get is from a brand called Etude House. This is from their Wedding Peach line, and this is a really good example of what I'm talking about. As you can see, it looks very dark, doesn't it? Well, this is a, like, sort of, I can't even describe it really. It's like, got a, I'll show you here. I'm hoping that this shows up. Now, can you see the way that this, it's like, there's two different glitters in here, which is why I got it. There's two different shimmer colors in there. There be the purple and there be the gold, and that's actually quite unusual. But then it has the kind of like muddy, not muddy, but like kind of purpley mauvey shimmer base, but it's quite sheer. However, it's meant to be sheer. It looks quite gorgeous on the eye, I have to say. But I got it because of the glitter. So this was only about the same price as a Makeup Geek eyeshadow. This was only 47 Hong Kong dollars. So, you know, it was really reasonably priced, and I was very impressed by how it tested, which is why I got it, but that's also the reason why I only got the one. It's because that one was pretty unique. I didn't really sit there testing the other ones. From there, I want to sort of get into another product that I got out there. They are all about the sebum out there, or the clogged pores. You see tons and tons of products that are like this, that are labeled sebum this, sebum that. This one here is from Etude House. Like I said, it's a drying powder. What was it, like 76 Hong Kong dollars, I think, or 67 Hong Kong? Yeah, it was 67 Hong Kong dollars. I remember that. So, like I said in my skincare one, if you saw, Dr. Jart's, found out they are Korean. Dr. Jart's is a very high-end brand. I would say it's on the higher end than even, like, say, Clinique. Clinique is like base department store, and everything below that is usually kind of like drugstore or pharmacy or whatever. Dr. Jart's is on the higher end of that. I found out that they are from from Korea. I love Tara Babies. She goes on and on about their BB cream, so this is not the same one that she uses, but I definitely, when I saw this, really wanted to try it. This is their Dis-A-Pore, so again, pore care, that's my thing. But yeah, so we'll see if this actually works. But this was, I've seen a lot of the Dr. Jart stuff, and that was like 41 pounds for a lot of that stuff, their BB creams and everything like that. So this one here, it was originally 320 Hong Kong dollars, so 32 pounds. I got it at Sasa 256 Hong Kong dollars, so 25 pounds, meaning that it's certainly not inexpensive, but it's definitely a dang sight better than the price that you get over here for the same product. So it's a savings if you know what you want over there. If you know what kind of product that you want, and you know sort of like what that thing costs, either getting it from somewhere else or getting it locally or whatever, if you go over there and you can do the conversion and stuff like that, you'll be able to see if, like me, you can get some good deals on some products like this. This stuff here is like a primer. It's the Fit and Boost primer from a brand called Banilla Co. It is both a sunscreen and a primer, and the really interesting thing about this is that even though it's 50 plus, I had tested out in the shop and I could not believe the fact that it wasn't greasy or smelly or whatever. It was actually really, really silky smooth. Like, it just felt like a really nice lotion on my hand. And I was like, really? That's a really strong sunscreen? Seriously? You know, I was just not used to sunscreens being like that. So, I definitely wanted to try that. And then this one here, though, is 198 Hong Kong dollars, and it wasn't actually discounted further. One product I did get, and this is my final product that I got, which definitely was a savings. I don't even know if I was saving it best for last on purpose, but this is the Banilla & Co. Prime Primer Classic Matte. And the interesting thing about this is that it reminds me so much of the Smashbox Photo Perfect primer. I went in there and I tested this one out, and I could not believe the kind of like texture, the way that it felt on my skin. It was like the matteness of a Becca poreless primer with the kind of moisturizing smoothness of a Smashbox primer. So I'm definitely very, very interested to see if that's how it plays out. But the most impressive part about this one is that I did get it discounted for overstock. It was originally 178 Hong Kong dollars, still cheaper than Smashbox, but I got it for 120 Hong Kong dollars. So, you know, definitely a really, really good deal. So if you're going out there, foundations, primers, eyeliners, really seriously go crazy over there, because they know what they are doing. And not only do they know what they are doing, but they do not suffer fools for it. You know what I mean? They don't suffer like companies to put out bad products. So because of that, it means that their standard of quality for what we would consider drugstore is so much higher. I mean, to give you an idea, I saw a big, huge display there full of like eyeliners and mascaras in one of these Sasa or color mix shops, and like hanging up in with all the other random brands. And there's like 50 brands on this thing, was like hanging in there, was like this Lancome Overstock mascara and a Chanel eyeliner, and like a Chanel mascara was like behind there, on there, just sort of shoved in there like low in the bottom. It wasn't even like well displayed or anything. It was like shoved into like a little baggie just to ensure it could hang up there. It was so funny because the prices were about the same, and it just kind of gave you an impression about their opinion on our like luxury brands. They're like, well, you know, I can get something a lot cheaper that's a lot better than these ones, so, you know, you want to sell them to us, you're buying the name. And so that kind of gives you an idea of the quality that they have over there. So please give it a try. Do not be intimidated. A lot of times you have to look a little harder for what it is. You have to see, you know, it'll be somewhere on the package in English, usually, what the product is. It gives you some indication, even if it's one little line, and then at least hopefully this will let you know, oh, by the way, if I see it there, it's worth giving it a try. Certainly, I'm sure there are bad ones out there. I'm not saying that every single one that they put out is gold, but do not be intimidated by it. It's definitely worth trying out. Check out my other videos. There's one that's about some Sailor Moon makeup I got, and my skincare one, and hopefully after I've been using all these products for a bit, I'll do a recap and sort of do a best of Asian or whatever that I have, and talk more about it. Okay? I hope this was helpful. Bye!